way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. What are we doing here? We're at the Chattahoochee River. Still in Coweta County, just outside of Noonan. We're on the Chattahoochee River. Who was that singing that? That was, of course, Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson, one of his biggest hits was the Chattahoochee. And here we are at there because we realized, you know, nobody's really done a childhood home or boyhood home of Alan Jackson and his relationship with the city of Noonan, Georgia. So we're out here at some of the places that he would have come. And I've gotten some information from people off of different chats and some off the internet. Oh! He wanted y'all to hear him play some more. And we found out that this is the park that Alan Jackson would have hung out at. This is the closest park to his home. And we'll be there too. So, thanks. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate y'all checking this video out. We are Alan Jackson fans. I hope you are too. Let's go around Noonan and find some little, well, maybe some little known spots where he grew up. The church where he sang in. Fig Pen Road where he dumped garbage. Let's go find all these spots, but we wanted to start out here, of course, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Yep, right here. Right, we are in downtown Noonan on the square, and on the side of the Redneck Gourmet building right here on Main Street, here on the side of the building, you'll find our Alan Jackson mural. Riding a Harley. This was painted in 2018. Honoring Noonan's own Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson was born here in Noonan in 1958 to Mama Ruth and Daddy Gene. Welcome to the city of Noonan. Franklin Road and Temple Avenue. Alan Jackson lived on Franklin Road. We're going to go find his elementary school in a second. And he worked at a furniture store called Maxwell Price Furniture Store. And he had a really good way of making sound effects. And he would make sound effects and people would think the vacuum cleaners had turned on. It's not there anymore, but it's in this building. The Rooms for Less building, and that's the furniture store where Alan Jackson worked as a young man out of high school. Now he also worked up here at a automotive fix-it shop, and that's going to come up on our left, and his elementary school's off of Temple Avenue as well, here in Noonan. Just up past the light on the left.
On the left.
On the left. Called Manning and Son. And back in the day, he worked there delivering auto parts. Interesting. And we're here in Noonan. See the school. This is Elm Street Elementary, where Alan Jackson went to elementary school. Don't know how much of this is the original, but this is where he went to school. Elm Street School for Alan Jackson. Went to elementary school, Elm Street. He was in his first play here, Little Red Riding Hood. Cool. So Noonan is known as the city of homes, but there also used to be a big canopy of trees. Beautiful homes, beautiful homes. But in 2021, an EF4 tornado ripped through Noonan. See, a lot of the houses have new roofs. And it also practically destroyed, gosh, over half of the high school. I don't know what the percentage would be, but I know it was over half of the high school was destroyed. Our son's house was pretty much destroyed. Took over 2 years to rebuild his house. He lives nearby here. But we're going to go by Noonan High School. This is where Alan Jackson and his wife Denise both graduated high school. It has been remodeled thanks to a tornado. Now, after the tornado hit, he came here and did a benefit concert for the community. But I'm going to stick this out the window. It's going to get a little loud, so I'll probably turn off the sound. But here we are at the new Noonan High School. Also a location from The Walking Dead. Cougar Way, Noonan High School. All right, here is the First Baptist Church of Noonan. This is the old church. You can see it's connected to this big new sanctuary. Beautiful church. But this old church, this is where Alan Jackson sang in the choir. Can you imagine him singing those old hymns? You know, he made an album for his mother, asked him to record an album of hymns, and he did that for his mother. My assumption is, I know he wrote one song for her memorial service. My assumption would be that would have been in this church. And this is the church, First Baptist of Noonan, where Alan Jackson would have sang in the choir. A lot of the songs that he sang, he talked about faith, he talked about family, he learned his values. One time he said that he went, this little town, the songs took him far away, but the little town of Noonan showed him what the songs were all about. There's the courthouse in the background and the church behind me, where Alan Jackson sang in the choir and attended church. Now, he and his wife Denise were not married here. They were married in Unity Methodist. She was a Methodist and he was a Baptist. Beautiful old church. The home church of the young man, the boy, Alan Jackson. So, sign in front of Tucker Hardware. This is the childhood home, the boyhood home of Alan Jackson. His parents brought a shack from his grandparents. Their parents rolled a shack down here. It was 9 acres of family land at that time. They rolled a shack down here, and now the house has been built. His parents had 4 daughters before he was born. So they had to add a lot of times onto the house. And there is the childhood home of Alan Jackson. Apparently, up to the age of 10, he slept in a hallway. Now, what I've read is Alan has chipped in the funds to have this house remodeled for his parents several times. And there is a cool picture of cars in the driveway. He was known to buy, at one time he bought 4 Thunderbird cars for his sisters and had them in the driveway here with bows on them. I'll share that. The big tree right here. It's a private residence, so we're standing here in the street to get this picture. But this is the childhood home of Alan Jackson, music legend, country music legend, hometown hero from right here in Newnan, Georgia. It was said that in this house, his sisters would push him around, and he ended up getting a scar on his head in the shape of a 7. One of the reasons you always saw him with a hat. Coming up to a place where Alan Jackson worked.
In 600 feet, your destination will be on the right.
When he was a teenager as a waiter. Off of, interestingly enough, Jackson Street. But here we are at Sprayberry's. Funny, interesting things here. It says since 1926 they just had their 100th birthday celebration. But I've been told there's pictures of Alan Jackson on the inside, so we're going to sneak in if we can. It's open. We'll go find out. It's as open can be. Sprayberry's. And I have never been here. Let's go check it out. Sprayberry's. Happy 100th birthday, Sprayberry's. Oh, look at this. There we go. There's the man. Even autographed. Oh, there's Alan Jackson right there. And his signature on this little display with pigs. And then here's a familiar face, Louis Grizzard. He ate here as well. Newnan, City of Homes. Takeout in Newnan, Georgia. Cool. Let's be cool inside. That's cool. An old Scout. Wow. Yep, I see that. World famous since 1926. Hey, how are you? Barbecue joint turned 100 this year. All right, let's go get a seat. Ice cream, too. Here's Newt Gingrich.
What?
Newt Gingrich.
Yeah.
Alan Jackson. And Mr. Zucker. Right, we did the Brunswick stew. Coleslaw. Chili dog. Sweet and tangy. Very good.
You get a number for here.
Should have got the bigger bowl. Very good. Look at that. Look at that.
Well, Smith.
I like it. Looks good. All right, so Sprayberries in Noonan. Would you come back, Pop?
Huh?
What was your, would you give it a good score? Would you come back?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Stand right here if you had smell-o-vision. It's amazing right here.
PB blaster right there.
Oh yeah, PB Blaster. Sprayberries. They said there was just a rapper here eating not long ago. That's kind of funny. But Alan Jackson worked here. Oh, another whiff of deliciousness.
Yep. Smells like meatloaf.
Yep. So we're on the way now to the Dairy Queen, where he met his wife. Let's go. Downtown Noonan. In downtown Noonan, we're at the DQ. Welcome to your Noonan DQ. Guess what? This is where Alan Jackson met his wife Denise. Let's go check it out. See that ice cream. Had to do it. Had to get popping ice cream. Well, you can't drive and eat that. You want to sit for a minute? So this Dairy Queen apparently had a sitting area outside back in the day. I don't know if he came here from high school, like in the summer or after school, but this is where he met his wife Denise. Denise's last name was Jackson before she married Alan Jackson. I Guess she didn't have to get her name changed. She was Jackson Jackson. Mark has got his ice cream.
Making a mess.
Making a mess. But tasty. Alan Jackson would say, remember when? And we're at the Noonan Dairy Queen. Oak Hill Cemetery in Noonan. Here we are at Oak Hill Cemetery. We've been here before. This time we're looking for Alan Jackson's parents, Daddy Gene and Mama Ruth. I don't think he'll be buried here, but I guess you never know. But his grandparents are here on both sides. Jackson and his mother's maiden name was Music. And Pop's driving aimlessly. We're looking for section 14. I feel like we may have to get over one more street. Oak Hill Cemetery. Yep, that's his mother. And Joseph Eugene Jackson. There's the little bench I saw when I was looking. So here's Ruth, Mama Ruth. Mama Ruth under the Jackson, and the birds are still here that I saw. And here's Daddy Gene. She passed away 3 years before he did. And here's the Jackson plot. This is tipping over. Stand it up a little better. It won't stand up. Oh well, tried. It won't stand up straight. There you go. Pop fixed it. This must have been brought out here about Christmas time. And the birds. We don't know the significance of these stone birds, but these are Alan Jackson's parents. Resting here at Oak Hill Cemetery in Noonan. Ruth and Eugene. Looks like there used to be some trees on either side, or bushes. Those got cut down.
He outlived her by 17 years.
No.
Yeah.
3. No, she outlived him by 17 years.
She died in 2000. She died in 2000.
He died in 2000 and she died in 2017.
Okay, I was looking at them back.
Yeah, so she outlived him. Gladney, I believe, is an uncle. And I do not believe Alan Jackson will be buried here at the cemetery. He'll probably be buried when the time comes on his property in Tennessee. But we thought we'd pay our respects to his parents. Many a song was written by Alan Jackson in regards to his parents.
Say some vows, spread their wings. Living on love, buying on time. Without somebody, nothing ain't worth a dime. Living on love.
We are traveling down Franklin Road, away from Temple Avenue, the corner where Alan Jackson grew up. We're headed to Thick Pen Road. Now, he wrote this song, Drive, as a tribute to Daddy Gene, his Daddy Gene, and they would come here and dump trash off of Big Pen Road.
Down a dirt strip where we dump trash off the Thick Pen Road.
Well, it's been super fun getting around downtown Noonan. Had a good barbecue for lunch. Had an ice cream at the Dairy Queen. We've been hitting up spots that are pretty well known in regards to Alan Jackson, who grew up right here in Noonan, Georgia. Alan always said that his songs took him far, but he learned what the songs meant right here in this little town of Noonan. And we are headed down Thig Pen Road. I can't tell you exactly where the dirt road was that they dumped trash, but it was somewhere along here. Quite a long time ago.
It could have been that road right there.
Could have been anywhere along here, honestly. I want to thank everybody who left comments and little tidbits. Some folks who knew Alan back in the day, went to high school with him. They told us some interesting facts, and we wanted to share those with you. Alan Jackson's hometown of Noonan, Georgia, and he used the name of this street, Big Pen Road, in the touching song, a tribute to his father. The song was Drive, When Daddy Let Me Drive, along Big Pen Road. They could have come in from the other end, or they could have come in from this end, because both of them are really close to his home that was basically at Franklin and Temple Avenues. Daddy, let me drive. They named a part of Highway 85 for Alan Jackson Highway. When they did that, he said, I don't know why they're naming a highway after me. Seems like they should have just named a dirt road. Maybe they should have changed Thig Pen into Alan Jackson Highway. Big Pen Road in Noonan. Daddy, let me drive. A tribute to Alan Jackson. As you can see, this part of western Coweta County is still very much
you see that?
farmland.
They had daffodils coming up.
Daffodils. Wow.
Bunches of them.
Spring's around the corner, hopefully. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. If you like this kind of content, let us know. If you were one of the people that helped us with this video, leave a comment. Thanks so much. And a tribute to Alan Jackson, boyhood home of Noonan. We appreciate you tuning in.